Twice we have seen a Supreme Court that has gone outside of their realm, which is to determine whether a law is constitutional or not, and to change the law. Hi folks, Van Prepper here. This is going to be a different kind of a video than a lot of the things that I do. It's more just going to be me venting a little bit and just sharing my thoughts. Lately, both locally and nationally, it just feels like one slap in the face, one kick in the nuts after the other. You know, especially the things that really have me discouraged are here in New York State. We had an opportunity with our legislators to hold up New York City rent control and leverage that, and in doing so to get some action on the SAFE Act, to get the SAFE Act repealed. But as always, our upstate legislators, who are warriors for our side supposedly every time they want our vote and they come to our meetings, just completely caved in because they didn't feel like sticking around in Albany. It's a lost cause. They want to get home to their families, whatever it is, and they didn't hang in there and stick to their guns and force the hand of the New York City crowd, the Long Island crowd. So those free men and women, those of us who live upstate, those of us who live outside the borders of New York City and Long Island, once again, just get a big FU and a screw job from our legislators. And it sucks. It sucks. And I am going to personally call out two of my legislators. I sat down with 5 people. If you go back and look at that video, both of our assemblymen, good, solid guys, and one of our senators has proven to be a good, solid guy. But 2 of our other senators here in Cayuga County have proven to be turncoats and frauds and sellouts. And I am talking about Senator Nozzolio and Senator Seward, both of whom have repeatedly stabbed the free men and women of New York State in the back recently. And I'm sick of it. But nationally, what's really got me discouraged is the Supreme Court. And it might not be the case that a lot of you are focused on right now, but in the Affordable Care Act, we have seen twice now over the course of the life of the Care Act and these lawsuits against the Affordable Care Act, twice we have seen a Supreme Court that has gone outside of their realm, which is to determine whether a law is constitutional or not, and to change the law, change the wording, the obvious and clear wording of a law, so that they could make that law constitutionally acceptable. And that is not the role of the United States Supreme Court. And to be quite honest, we've said here in New York that a law like the New York SAFE Act is invalid because it is unconstitutional. Whether it is determined by courts to be unconstitutional is not relevant. It is simply not a valid law because it is unconstitutional. And the same goes for the Supreme Court. If the Supreme Court makes rulings that go against the clear instruction of the Constitution, the very document that they are to form all their opinions by, then, and in these cases with the Affordable Care Act, they have written legislation. They have become legislators instead of the judicial branch. They have become the legislative branch. They have changed laws to make them fit because those laws are comfortable to them and what they want. Those rulings, just like any ruling they would make against your individual right to keep and to bear arms, to possess firearms for personal protection or protection against tyranny, those rulings are invalid. I don't care that they were made by the Supreme Court. They are no more valid than the laws that Governor Cuomo passed in the dead of night with the help of the legislature with the New York SAFE Act. Any ruling, any law, anything that goes against the United States Constitution is not valid, and we are not bound to live by that. It just really sucks. Lately, it feels like the free men and women here in New York and around the country are just getting slapped around, and our freedoms don't mean anything. And I would encourage you just really to if you are one of those Democrat or Republican honks who is constantly, oh, it's the Democrats, or oh, it's the Republicans, suck it up and step outside the fantasy land that you live in and understand that the rank and file may be different. They may have different viewpoints, but at the very top, the leadership in these parties, the people that are making the determinations on what rules we live under right now, those people are very much united. They are not opposing parties. They don't give a damn in either party about your personal freedoms. They don't give a crap about what is best for you or what is constitutional. They care about what gets them more power, what maintains their power, what increases their power. And that is all they care about. And if you want to see how true that is, watch a legitimate third party candidate come in and see how fast both parties attack him, because they cannot have the monopoly that they have running with this two-party system broken up. So I would urge you to step outside of that. Stop looking at things as Democrat or Republican and start looking at things as whether they are for or against free men and free women everywhere, which is what we are. I'm Van Prepper. I thank you very much for bearing with me on this. A little bit of a longer video than normal, and certainly not the type of video I normally make. Happy shooting, everybody.